guys, this is your boy Malumitip, and you know what it is. We're gonna be analyzing, and we're checking gold is out there, and we're gonna catch a few pips, bit more profit. Then we see what we do. We don't need a lot, just a few, because we've been seeing this really. And to be honest, this is the thing about gold today. It's basically due to buy because of the inflation rates coming today, but then that's just my opinion. Basically, we're going to be waiting for news events, but before that, I'm just going to analyze as to what we can do as the day goes on, right? Firstly, we're gonna go not too far, not too high time frames, because if we check on any other time frame, we've been going on downtrends, and right now we're currently on a very strong key level. This key, for me to say this was a key level, even though we don't really see it progressing at the same way we'd expect key levels to, we can just basically say it's confirmed because it has broken out of this point, and at some point this was a support to this structure, the market structure. It broke out, came back to retest it, went down, came back up around the very same point of interest, went back down. From here we're expecting a sell. From here, I should not necessarily expecting a sell, but I should be looking towards taking sell orders. As I shift towards lower time frames, I can see that shame. We've been going up, we've been going up, and it's due to gold. It's due to the it's due to the stress of the market, due to the inflation rates. The US is not having a good time. Basically, we're not having a good time. All of us, the whole world is general, we're not having a good time because we're going into recessions. The US market, everything just looks like it's gonna go down. I understand why they call it a great depression, because people like me, people who depend on other means of making an income, and people who trade, people who are basically in the mercy of what happens around the world. You see? Okay. So basically the structure, it's just a confirmation as to me looking towards selling, even if we take it down and then we start to look for the most touches, and it's still a sell to me. Even if I were to say it broke out of this very same price structure, it broke out, retested it, we can go down on a lower time frame. We can see that it retested the very same area it broke out of before it went back up. So I'm expecting the market to lose a bit more momentum around this area, because as you see now, it's starting to range going downwards. And although this is a buy pattern, I'm going to wait up until I have proper confirmation as for me to say I'm going to be taking any trade. But long term, I'm looking towards the sell side of gold. Long term, I'm looking towards the buy side of gold, but then for now, I'm looking towards selling it. Where we are now, we can literally see what this area can be used as our resistance. And although it broke out, it might just be a false break around this area. But for us to make sure, let's say if the market passes this area, we know that our setup is invalid. We're not there too far, because this is only just false break 2. So we're going to be looking at it to take buy orders if it goes below, if it's anywhere below this area, this green line, not the teal, not the green. Even if I were to take a sell here, it would not necessarily be for the most points, because it would be like I'm chasing this. And this is what most market makers like. They like when people try to chase the moves that already happened, the moves that they think are going to happen because of what already happened. So just because people see this area buying, some of them already went in with their sales, and this is what happens to your sales, your stop loss. This is what happens. Some people got in here because they saw this huge spike and felt like, I can't miss this opportunity to sell. They sold, and the market played around with them. Most of them, I know the stop losses were around here going up, because let's not forget here, it's a very, very important area. Okay, let me just say, going up here, it's a very important area. So some are still in the losing trades, some are just holding on for dear life, thinking, it's gonna go back. Yes, it's gonna go back, but then maybe not when you expect it to. It might just play around with you. That's why we scout. We don't want to be in the market for way too long. It's not our friend. It's not friendly here. So I'm going to be taking this short position till here, and then I'll get more confirmation as price breaks out as to if I'm continuing with the sell I took. But I'm looking at it to form towards here, here again, even though okay, no, I'm just gonna look at it like that, because Nomaganjani, this looks like a buy. This is a bullish flag. This pattern is a bullish flag. So basically, even if it does go down, I'm not seeing it go down past this point. It might just go down as a way of making what was this? What was I trying to say? It's the market's way of making like sort of a false move. They're trying to get small players, small fish out the game. So basically, they're gonna stop hunt. Even if it does try to continue with the continuation pattern, it's gonna stop hunt. And I'm seeing that stop hunt happen on higher time frames. Because imagine if this was able to just shoot on 1 4 hour chart, 1 4 hour trend, 1 4 hour candle, and then still people be going in. Like, relax, let the market play its own game, let it play alone, come back whenever it's decided to give you a chance. You see, sometimes we don't really have to act like the market we're here killing it. There are people who literally go to school to do this and they still have a tough time. Nah, don't feel some type of way just because your analysis today is not that good. If you lose today, wake up tomorrow, try the very same thing. Best thing, try to practice. Let's see what's gonna happen. So from here, this area here, I'm just going to look towards it closing. I'm gonna remove all the objects right now because I don't like them. I don't like having to see so many things on my chart. I feel like my chart is not clean. Okay, let me start over from this point. I'm going to use this. Okay, I'm going to use that as my resistance. This, I could say, pardon, I meant support. This. Then I'm looking at it to go towards this side, and if by any chance it happens, it breaks out below here, it's when I'm confirmed for myself. For now, I could just basically take one order on the source side. So from here, I'm gonna be taking it to this point here. So at least this point, because it was tested a few times, almost twice. Here it almost, but then we can't really count it as a try. Let's just say we're in a good position to take a sell, to take it up to this point. So I'm just going to take profit around here. Same time around this area, I'm going to look at it at a higher time frame. Same time around yeah, that's how we're gonna take it. Okay, as to where I put my stop loss, I'm skeptical about this. But I'm gonna put it here just above the most recent highs. So basically if we look here, this is our highest point. Even though the price rejected, but it's still our highest point. It's where the market bounced. So that very same area, it's where I'm putting my stop loss, even though it's dangerous, because for one thing you have to put it above anyway. You know that price passing there just signifies that your setup is incorrect and invalidated. Let me see my ratio. Mhm. As soon as it gets around, it's not gonna get full way around here. I'm doubtful. It's not gonna get here. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm moving towards here, and then afterwards, this is somewhere else. This area here, somewhere else could put violent. Yeah, aye. And then let's wait and see.